Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And have you ever struggled to find your perfect foundation match?
Yeah.
I think we all have. I think it's safe to say we've all been through it. And then you have that magical moment where you apply the right foundation shade and it's like, I know,
yes.
It's just unbelievable and like that magical moment. But before we get into how to find your perfect foundation shade, do not forget to like this video and subscribe. We are about to hit 10,000 subscribers. Yes. So we are begging you, please.
Are we really begging?
Begging. Yes, I'm begging.
Okay.
Begging. Subscribe, like, comment, share, do any of those things. We are trying to hit 10K and we are so close and so excited.
We are excited.
All right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, we can get into finding your perfect foundation shade. Because I'm thinking we usually hear the typical like, oh, look at your wrist. And we talk about how that's not a perfect system.
We should have a segment that says Lucinda's pet peeves because I am so about my pet peeves. Mm-hmm. One of my pet peeves is the vein test.
Yes.
I've been in this industry. I've been in the color analysis and cosmetic industry for 30 years. Mm-hmm. And I've never seen the vein test work.
Yeah.
I just haven't.
I mean, there's so many different outliers and things.
And people say, oh, well, the vein test, are they dig the blue or the green? I can't tell. Forget the vein test. Just forget it. Because there are too many other ways to determine the proper skin color, skin tone for your foundation. Don't even bug yourself with that.
Mm-hmm. So. We are going to be going into some unique ways that we like to do it. So I hope you're ready and you're ready to take some notes, because the first one we have for you is looking at contrasting colors. So for example, if you were to put on a lipstick, and for me, if I were to put on a very cool toned lipstick, it wouldn't look so great. All right. It wouldn't work out for me. And if I were to put on a very, very warm lipstick shade, it would stand out before I entered the room. But if I put on a neutral shade, what would happen? It would blend into my skin tone.
Well, blend in with your skin tone.
Yeah.
And so you've discovered the secret of Sarah's skin tone is it's neutral. Mm-hmm. It's neither warm, it's neither cool.
So you can use complementary makeup colors to help you determine your undertone. Like if you are somebody who always opts for really warm colors, warm bronzers, warm eyeshadows, warm lipsticks, if a warm lipstick looks good on you, then you probably have a warm skin tone.
Probably do. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing you can do, if you don't want to use lipstick, you can use jewelry.
Yes.
You can, if you look fantastic in silver, you might be cool. If you look amazing in gold and not so fantastic in silver, you might be warm.
Now, I know gold is trending though, so be careful. I know a lot of you are like, oh, I love gold, but is it because it's trending or does it look amazing on your skin tone?
And this is a test. Mm-hmm. We are not telling you can't wear gold if you have a cool skin tone. We are not taking this to that level. Mm-hmm. Wear what you like. We're saying use this as a test, which if you put it on just lay it on your arm even, which looks better with your skin. Mm-hmm. And that'll be a clue.
Mm-hmm. The goal of this is to figure out your best foundation shade. So the undertones that are going to match with your foundation. Another test is taking a white piece of paper or a white sheet. When you hold up a white sheet to your face, does your skin tone go yellow or does it go pinkier? Because if it goes yellow, then you probably have warmer undertones.
You're picking up the warmth in your skin.
Right. And if it's going pinkier or rosier, it's picking up the pinker undertones, the coolness in your skin tone. So yellow, warm, pink, cool.
And to take that a step further, when you blush, do you blush pink or do you blush peach? Mm-hmm. That's difficult to say.
So another thing we talk about all the time is going into your closet and looking, because we always say you gravitate towards your best colors, right?
Because that's where you get the compliments. And if somebody's ever complimented me on an outfit, I wear that outfit to death.
So we're in your closet. We're looking at the colors that you really gravitate towards with your clothing. Are they warmer colors? Are they, rich, rusty, orangey browns?
Like yours.
Right. Like mine, green. Or are they cool colors? Are they blues, lavenders, pinks,
like mine.
purples? Right. That can be a really good way to determine if your undertone is cool or warm. Or do you kind of have this neutrally blend of colors? Like green can be a very neutral, teal, a medium purple. All of those colors can lean neutral. So if you're in that grouping, your undertone might just be neutral. And I know these are funky ways to determine, but I want to give you that option because we've all heard, the usual things. So these are just fun ways to determine.
I want to mention something. Something we said about Sarah, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Sarah loves rusts and browns because of her hair. Mm-hmm. Her skin is neutral. Mm-hmm. So it really, you can look at her hair and see the contrast between her hair and her skin tone and know that she isn't warm. So that leaves cool and neutral. Mm-hmm. And in the final analysis, I think there's no substitute to having someone, a professional makeup artist in a Sephora, in an Ulta, type you for foundation on your jawline. They'll take a little Q-tip and they'll do, it's called striping. They'll do stripes of foundation on your jawline and give you what matches. Mm-hmm. Now, let me just say, caution for this type of selection. They get paid to sell you product.
Right.
So if they don't have something that's an exact match and they're saying, well, this is pretty good. Pretty good isn't great. And so you do want to make sure that you keep at it until you find something that is a dead-on match to your skin.
And give yourself some time. Don't just walk in there and expect you're going to find that instant shade. It took years for me to really nail down where I fall. And now that I use it within the color analysis world, I'm blending things daily to get to where I need to be. Like today, I'm wearing something slightly warmer, so I had to blend a little bit more warmth into my foundation. Or if I'm going cooler, I use a cooler base foundation. Everything is a blend in the color analysis world, I feel like.
That is the truth. Mm-hmm. And while we're speaking of blending, women who are of a certain age, and I don't know what that age is. I do know that I am in it or of it. Mm-hmm. But as you get older, many people think, oh, let me just slap on this foundation because that's going to solve all my problems. More foundation, let's just crust on this foundation. Make it thick as it can be. Mm-hmm. Thick as cake batter. Don't do that to yourself. Because what happens is if we have started to get a couple of wrinkles here or there or crevices or lines, anything heavy like that will just sink right into those lines, especially if it's a matte formula, and you will have created 10 extra years onto your face.
Well, I think that kind of goes for everyone, though. I mean, a heavy foundation, it depends also what are you doing with that kind of makeup on, like if you're going out. But, in our day-to-day lives, it's been trendy to go for a more natural, subtle look with your foundation.
And remember, foundations have different textures. So it's just like paint on your walls. I say this all the time. Mm-hmm. You can put a glossy paint on your walls. You can put an eggshell paint on your walls. You can put a matte paint on your walls. Right. Now, for your face, you want some reflectivity, especially the younger girls can get away with matte foundation. They can get away with heavy foundation. Mm. More power to you, honey. Your time will come. Now, when you get to be my age, what you have to do is make sure that you get away with as little as possible in terms of your foundation. Personally, I don't cover my face in foundation. I barely use my foundation. I use concealer and I spot cover any spots or imperfections that I have. Mm-hmm. Ask Sarah, I barely use foundation because the more foundation I use, the less youthful I look. Mm-hmm. But what I do is put a coating of a reflective product, something with some luminescence on top of everything, that acts as my foundation. Maybelline has a great one, but you can get them in all price points from the most expensive to the least foundation, or the least expensive, and they're luminizers.
Right.
And if you use a luminizer, you don't have to be so deathly concerned about whether you've got the exact right color. Concealer, yes. And make sure that you match the under eye area rather than use stick white under your eyes, because that's the kiss of death.
Yes. Now, there is one thing we also want to remind you of is your skin tone does change as the seasons change. Usually,
Yes.
I would say, if you are somebody who absolutely can't stand the sun like me, we don't have much changing going on unless I put on, some sunless tan, which I do on occasion, but I do not like the sun whatsoever.
Yes, her SPF is thermonuclear.
Yes, but we can adjust and shift as, an entire year rolls around. So just keep that in mind. That's why I love, instead of just buying one foundation at one shade, I love having a more warm shade, and I have some cooling drops that I can blend into my base coat, which I would highly recommend that, and just start getting more and more comfortable with it. Maybe one drop here and there, blending it on the back of my hand is what I normally do. And then just use a beauty blender just to dab it in.
Make sure you blend in that luminizer, girl.
Yes.
You will be amazed at the results you get from just having a little bit of shimmer. It just makes all the difference in the world.
So I hope these tips kind of helped. I know they're more color analysis trained tips, like when we talk about summers and winters being cooler, if you see, or somebody is designated as a summer or winter, then they're going to lean cooler. If they're designated as a autumn or spring, they're going to lean warmer. So these tips really do revolve around the basis of warm versus cool, and people that can determine warm and cool shades.
Don't you dare forget neutral, because there are a lot of us out there who are neutral. And who has and it sometimes is even worth it. Get a reasonable foundation, reasonably priced foundation. L'Oreal has them in a warm, a cool, and a neutral.
Yep.
And then spend that money to determine which you are, because it's worth it. And then you can blend them all together whenever you need to, and you can add the warm to your cool, and so forth.
Neutral is, I didn't realize how many neutral people out there. When we got into the color analysis world, we were just thinking we were outliers, kind of, we just did not fit in. But we have realized a lot of you out there coming to this channel are neutral. And the problem with neutrality is it doesn't fit into the typical 4 seasons. So welcome to all you neutrals. We are determining the right way for color analysis. If you are neutral, usually we lean a bit softer, so keep that in mind when looking at foundation shades. But welcome to all you neutrals out there. Now, I hope these tips were helpful. I mean, I know they're a little bit funky and out there for you color analysis girlies. You'll understand it though. So thank you for joining us today. Don't forget, we are coming up on 10K. We're coming up fast, so we really could use your help. If you would like to comment, share, and subscribe. We cannot thank you enough for all the love and support. We also are available on Patreon if you want to join us, chat with us, download digital content. It is all there. If you would like a color analysis, also our Patreon members, you do get the first open time slots. You get a special website, a link, enter your password, and you can check out there. And what else? Am I missing anything else?
I think that's it. Hit that subscribe button.
Yep. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All the links are down below if you want to check us out anywhere. Just hop on down to the description. And thank you one last time. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.